Hey everybody, it's Angie and welcome to Hot and Flashy. In today's video, we're going to try out a new brand of makeup that is K-beauty inspired. It's called Joah, and that means I like it in Korean. And they came out with a full line of makeup. I've got a whole mess of it here to show you today. I purchased everything that I'm going to show you at CVS. That's where it's available. It's only available in one place. And it's so funny because living here in New England, we always seems to be the last ones to get anything, and so I wasn't actually expecting to see it in my CVS. I was thinking I was going to have to order it online. But I was picking up a prescription the other day and there was a whole end cap of all the Joah stuff there, so I put a whole mess of it in my cart. They have everything from skincare to makeup to a few brushes. It's mainly makeup, and in each of the main categories they have a couple of different offerings. So like in foundation, they have a foundation, they have a BB cream, and they also have a cushion compact. The price points are pretty good. The least expensive thing is $2.99, the most expensive thing is $15.99, and most of the things are in the middle around $5.99, $8.99, price points like that. The entire brand is cruelty free. So we're going to take a look at Joah today. We're going to go back in time in a minute and apply the entire face of makeup. We'll do a little bit of a wear test and we will see how it goes. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. First, I'm going to put on the primer. This is the Selfie Ready Pore Minimizing Primer. Everything came wrapped in plastic, so nothing could be tampered with. So I really like that. The Pore Minimizing Primer is paraben-free and oil-free. I thought it was going to be a total silicone bomb, but it actually is not. It's got a few different things in that besides silicones. It comes out white. So I'm going to put it on one side of my face, but not the other, because of course we're always looking for the perfect pore minimizing primer. And people keep asking me for a video telling them which pore minimizing primers actually work. And sad to say, I haven't found one yet that actually does. Let's take a look at the pores super up close. I don't really think it did much to minimize my pores over here, so I'm going to see if I can build it up a little and fill them in a little more. And now I'm going to press it instead of rubbing it. I don't know if they didn't make an eyelid primer or I just didn't get it. I didn't get everything, so for eyelid primer I'm going to use CoverGirl Lid Lock Up. This is a great little product. I love this one from the drugstore. Inexpensive and works fantastically, especially for older lids. So I think I'm going to do the eyeshadow first just in case of fallout, and then we'll look at the foundation second. The eyeshadow palette is called Birthday Suit. This comes in two different colors. The one I got is Unveiled. So here are the swatches on the palette. It definitely is a warm leaning palette. All right, so first I'm going to go in with the lightest color in the palette, Whipped Cream. I'm going to take that on a Morphe eyeshadow brush. I'm going to lay that on my eyelid from the crease down. Color payout's okay, not the greatest. All right, then I'm going to take a Morphe Fluffy Crease Brush and go into Cappuccino. I'm going to put that at the outer corner of my eye, creating the outer V there, and deep into the crease, but letting it go a little bit outside and above the crease. And it's actually a nice mid-tone blending color. The colors in the palette will definitely help to make blue eyes pop. These kind of warm coppery browns look really good on blue eyes, green eyes. Of course, they look great on brown eyes. Doesn't really need any blending. It's so nice and pale. So I'm going to go into Evil. Funny names in here. Evil, Upbeat, Cappuccino, Please, Good Vibes, and Whipped Cream. Not really a theme there. Usually there's a theme to these. And I'm just going to put the tiniest bit of this at the outer corner. I think I'm going to go for more of a day wear look today. Then I'm going to run it across close to the lash line. Really, I think I kind of like these eyeshadows. They don't blend away to nothing. You can definitely see where I put it. Now I'm going to go into Upbeat, and we're going to put that in the center of the eyelid from the crease down to the eyelashes. And then I'm going to take Good Vibes, and we're going to put that on the inner third. I'm going to just blend those into each other so they make a nice smooth gradation. The shimmers aren't showing up as super duper shimmery. I mean, I didn't really pack on a ton of color. They are kind of a sheer wash of color, and there is quite a bit of fallout. You can see all the fallout here, all my little freckles. So just brush that away. I kind of wish I had used a different color here on the center of my lid, and I'm going to try to get more of a foiled look out of it by using it wet. I also didn't buy their setting spray because they both had alcohol in them, so I'm using the Wet n Wild Matte Finish setting spray. And I'm just going to dip my brush in that, then go back into the eyeshadow. This time I'm going to use Pleased, and then whipped cream. Okay, that last layer I think finally did it. I have the brightness that I want on the inner corner coming about halfway across. It seems to have really good opaque coverage, but just to show you all the glitter beneath my eyes, it's like all the way down my cheeks and everything, and you know, with glitter it's really hard to get rid of it. All right, I have the Truly Yours foundation in Nude Beige. This is $8.99. It's supposed to be a lightweight, soft matte, hydrating, brightening, smoothing foundation, so we'll see how that goes. Got to shake it all up. And to apply it, I'm going to use an e.l.f. sponge. I picked this up the other day just to try, so I thought, why not put it in this video? So that looks like a fairly lightweight, runny foundation. Ooh, it looks really pink and way light. I hope it's not going to be way too light for me. Out of the 12 shades, I think they probably had 8 of them at my CVS, and of those 8, it was like 6 shades of medium, 1 light and 1 a little bit darker, but the shade range on this is not, you know, hugely inclusive. So I had 3 drops on the back of my hand. I'm going to dot that around and press it in with the sponge. All right, so there is with and there's without. So I'd say the coverage is medium. It feels lightweight and nice. All right, I just checked it out in my up-close mirror and it looks really, really nice. I mean, it doesn't look too makeup-y. It doesn't look like, you know, a big mask of makeup. I like the finish. The sponge seems to be doing a pretty nice job. It's definitely denser feeling than like a standard beauty blender, so I didn't have high hopes for it because I've used this kind of sponge before, but it actually seems to be doing a pretty good job. You know, it's not giving me 100% coverage. Could use a little concealer in a few spots, could try to build it up a little bit, but let me go ahead and build it up here in this area. I haven't used this in a while, my Real Techniques paddle brush. Yeah, I'd say it went on the brush side a little bit more full coverage than it did on the sponge side to start. Oh, is this oxidizing? Am I getting, oh, I think it is. Look at the difference on my neck. I feel like it's like lighter here and darker here. Ooh. Okay, so this is the Truly Yours Full Coverage Concealer. I got it in Natural Beige. They do have another concealer, but it has one of those spongy balls on the top that I really can't stand, so I went with this one. I just put the littlest bit right in the inner corner. This has a real like puffy texture to it. It's definitely like full coverage concealer. Like if you have darkness, it will definitely feel like it'll cover it. And it's not really looking creasy or anything, so it actually looks pretty good at the inner corners. Okay, am I just oxidizing as we speak? I feel like every time I look back up into the monitor, I look more and more orange. All right, let's go ahead and set the under eyes and the foundation. I've got their Selfie Ready setting powder. I got the banana powder. This is a luminous concealer, and I don't really like luminous under my eyes. I prefer those to be matte. And I think setting powder really helps the under eye concealer to not crease, so I always set my under eyes. And then in order to minimize the pores a little bit, I'm just going to put a little bit of this on the fronts of my cheeks and in the center of my forehead. They had 3 shades of the powder. They had peach, translucent, and the banana powder. I got the banana because I was thinking that the foundation might have been a little bit on the grayish pinkish side, but nope. It's definitely nice and warm, which is good because I prefer warm over cool on me. Let's go in with the face palette that I got. It's called Be My Everything Blush and Bronze Palette. Not fabulous color payout, especially on the bronzer. There's the blush and there's the highlighter. Let me do the bronzer first. Got a big Morphe brush here, and I'm going to take that from this end. That is very, very sheer. Not a ton of color payout, but you know, could be okay because sometimes I end up with too much. Okay, now I'm going to use a smaller brush. This is Real Techniques. Not really digging the color on this so much to start. A little red for me, I think. Let's try out the blush next. Angled brush from the Morphe brush kit. Just going to dip right into the center. Pick up just the blush. Well, that's actually pretty. Very subtle, but a nice color. Okay, fan brush and highlighter. I think this one's nice because it's kind of subtle. Make a really nice just underneath the brow highlight. Oh yeah, that looks really pretty right there. A little bit above and a little bit right below. It actually looks nice. Okay, I don't mind this. What else? Let's finish off the eyes. I got brow pencil and 2 eyeliners. The brow pencil is called Brow Down to Me, brow pencil and gel. This is kind of reminded me of my new favorite, which is the Chanel, and it's kind of the same shape. This one is in taupe. I like using the rectangular end and creating that shape at the inner corner, and then using this thinner end through the tail of the brow. All right, yeah, I like the eyebrows. That's pretty nice. This is like a gel liner, so it's also supposed to keep your eyebrows in place, which is good for me because mine tend to be a little unruly. This is the Make Her Jealous gel eyeliner in granite. This is like a mechanical pencil, so you just twist it and it comes up and it's nice and pointy. And then I got a liquid liner in black. This is the I'm So Fly liner. So let me go ahead and do the tight lining on the uppers and lowers first, and then we'll do the liquid liner. I had a few different liquid eyeliners. This one has a decent size tip. Hope that looks okay. I literally can't see what I'm doing this far from the monitor or this far from the mirror. I usually have to be like in the mirror in my face to see what I'm doing. So, all right, I'm having a little bit of a hard time controlling where this is going and controlling the line. I think it's because it's a little too big. It's not really the cleanest brush. It has like a couple of little bobbles, but anyway, it bobbles around a little bit. Let me show you what a bad job I did with the liquid liner. Oh, look, it's a mess here. It's kind of bleeding in here. It seems to go kind of everywhere. I mean, you know, at my age, trying to do it on camera, it's hard. I have to clean that up a little bit. Okay, 20 minutes later, I have eyeliner on my eyes. Once it's dried, it is pretty waterproof, so it's pretty difficult to fix your mistakes. I did try to fix them up and then patch in with some eyeshadow there, but holy cow, what a process. All right, I didn't buy their mascara, but I did get some mascara in PR this week. So I have the L'Oreal Voluminous Lash Paradise mascara, which I've never been a big fan of because it flakes and chips on me, but look, they've come out with a primer, so let's give that a try and see if I like it better with the primer. And I like to do wet to wet when I'm doing primer and mascara. I feel like if I let it dry, it doesn't comb through the lashes as well. You know, and the other solution, of course, is just to buy the waterproof version of the mascara, and then you don't have to spend your money on 2 products to make it stay on, but of course it's harder to get off at night. Putting on a nice coat of mascara will hopefully cover up some of my mistakes with the eyeliner. I mean, all my friends are in their 50s and they can't see anyway, so oops, okay, got some up there. We'll wait for that to dry and then remove it with a dry Q-tip. Okay, so mascara is on the other eye. Made a big mess of this eye too, and I think this one should be dry now, so if we just hit that with a dry Q-tip, it comes right off and it doesn't take your eyeshadow with it, which I'll also have to do on this eye once this one is dry. But can I say I don't really love the look of these lashes. They're very like creepy and spidery, and they're not like smooth and nice looking. They're very chunky looking. I think it's the primer is a very chunky primer. We'll see if it makes the mascara wear any better, but just to show you the lashes up close. I mean, they certainly have a lot of volume and stuff, but I'm not sure I really love the look of them. They're just a little chunky for me. Because now that I have like the mascara and everything else on, I think the eyeshadow is really pretty. I'm actually really liking the eyeshadow. All right, and I kind of like the whole face look. The last thing I got are the lip products. I got 2. I'm trying to decide which to use. So I have the lipstick. It's called I'm Your Jelly Bae Matte Gel Lipstick, and then I also got the lip stain, which is called Tintation Lip Stain. I really want to try the stain and see if it really does stain. So you guys mind if I do the stain? That has a really artificial, fruity smell to it. Ugh, it smells like sweet tarts. If you love sweet tarts, sorry, not a fan. I was brainwashed as a kid to hate them by my mother because they rot your teeth. So I, can't like sweet tarts now as a grown-up or the smell of them. All right, so I've used everything. It is about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So we can do a bit of a wear test on this, maybe around 6 or 7 hours. That'll bring us to about 9 or 10 o'clock tonight. So let's take a quick close-up tour around my face so you can see how it looks now, and then we'll compare it again at like 4 hours and maybe then a few hours after that. And if this has worn off, then I will try on the other lipstick. I think everything looks great from a distance. From up close, I think that the under eye concealer is not looking fantastic already. It's been on there for a whole, like 20 minutes or so. I feel like it's getting a little bit shark bitey, but it's not settling into any creases out here. I think the foundation overall looks pretty good. It's got a nice light reflectiveness. I think the cheek products look good. Doesn't really seem to be settling into wrinkles right now, so that's good. I don't really see a difference between the sides of my face with the pore primer, and I also don't think that the setting powder did much to minimize my pores either. All right, hey, it's been 4 hours, and so I thought I would come back and check up on the makeup. I think the foundation is actually doing pretty well. It's definitely getting like a little bit luminous right in here and in here. Like the places that I powdered it are now getting luminous. I mean, obviously it's my T-zone, so that is where it's going to start shining, but I feel like the powder didn't really help to control shine. I don't mind the foundation. I think it's wearing pretty well. It's not really settled into wrinkles too much. It's not giving me polka dot pores. It's not sliding around, so it's not doing any of the bad stuff. Oh, the lippy was, the color's still in place, so it definitely puts a stain of color on your lips. It's pretty drying though. My lips feel pretty dry right now. And I kind of want to take this off and go with the gel lipstick to see if maybe that's less drying. So I think we'll go ahead and do that. And the eyeshadow I think still looks good. The eyeliner I think is, still in place. The face stuff, highlighter definitely still there. Blush and bronzer look good. I do have some fallout under my eyes from the mascara. So it would seem that even the primer isn't really helping the lash paradise. I think the eyeliners are pretty good. The one in my waterline isn't really moving to my other waterline, so that's good. The eyebrow product I think looks good still, so I'm really liking the eyebrow pencil. Let's go ahead with the I'm Your Jelly Bae. And this one is in Honey, and the color on the lip stain that I used before, Eye Candy. It has a really dry feeling to it too. Doesn't really go with the eyeshadow. It's really bluish, mauve-y nude. All right, I'll come back and check in another 3 hours. All right, well, now it's time for about an 8-hour check-in on the Joah makeup. So let's check it out and see how it's doing. I actually don't think it looks bad. The foundation actually looks a lot better than a lot of the things that I tried for Foundation Friday that end up like sliding around or getting super shiny or settling in my wrinkles or, whatever. So I gotta give props to the foundation. Yeah, it looks the same, if not more textury on the side with the primer. So not sure that the primer was actually a pore minimizing primer. I don't really think it did anything. So that was kind of a bust. And then the lippies, very drying, can't recommend either of them. The setting powder I didn't love. I didn't feel like it really smoothed over my pores like my favorite one does. The under eye concealer, I didn't feel like it was fantastic. It definitely kind of settled in my wrinkles and looked a little bit scaly and didn't last. I feel like this was okay, not the worst thing I've tried, not the best thing I've tried either, just kind of middle of the road. The stuff that I think was pretty good besides the foundation are the eye things. I like both the eyeliners and the eyebrow pencil. I like the shape of it and I like how it goes on. I like the color, so that was a good one. And the 2 eyeliners I like. This one, even though I did have a little bit of a struggle getting it on there, but I gotta say, it has really stayed, like it hasn't budged all day. It's not flaking, it's not cracking or chipping, it's not fading. But this one, the Make Her Jealous gel eyeliner, this was actually really good. It stayed really well in the waterline up on the top, and it didn't transfer to my lower waterline. So on the bottom I didn't put it in the waterline, I just put it below my lashes, and the top liner didn't transfer, so that's really good. Let's see, the 2 powder palettes. I think they're pretty good. I kind of struggled with this one to start. If you like some shimmer on your eyelid, then it's a pretty palette. Most drugstore palettes really don't give you this nice range of colors, so I think the eyeshadow palette is worth checking out. And the face palette I think was okay. You know, it didn't knock my socks off, but it wasn't bad either. So some hits, some misses, nothing that I think is going to become like a super duper holy grail. Let me know if you've tried anything from Joah, what you think of it. I'd love to hear your opinion in the comments down below. So that's it for today's video, everybody. I hope you found it helpful and informative. If you did, give the video a like and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. So as always, thank you so much for your time. You know, I always appreciate your watching. So have a great day and I will see you in the next video. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.